I'm just making sure, guys, that this is up now. Am I live? And I am live. Okay, guys. Welcome back to the annual Stargirl Season 3 pre-show live for Episode 4. I'm super excited for tonight's episode. Tonight's episode is actually called, I think, Evidence, or The Evidence. I'm not quite sure. But I'm super excited, especially after the way Episode 3 ended of Stargirl. We have a lot to talk about, especially with the ending of Episode 3, like I just mentioned, of Sylvester pretty much being dropped by whatever creature it was, and we're kind of still going along with this season so far of we don't really know who is behind the murder of course, the gambler, and of course, at least I think the murder of Sylvester. I don't think they'll kill off Sylvester, though, especially since I came across a picture online for tonight's episode, and it's Courtney and Pat were kind of at the bedside of Sylvester, so maybe he's just in critical condition. Who knows? And they're not quite sure if he'll be okay or not. And maybe, if anything, Sylvester might be in a coma, maybe, and then maybe when he wakes up, maybe then he has seen who dropped them, you know, from like the sky, and you know what I mean, that tried killing him. Who knows? I'm just excited to see really and find out who is the villain, because as we all know, we have our suspects. I do feel like it could, because I feel like now that Sylvester got hurt, and you know he might be bedridden until God knows when, which we'll find out in tonight's episode. I feel like my main suspect probably is Cameron. I feel like there's something wrong with Cameron, especially with his cold powers kicking into gear. I feel like there's a chance with Cameron that maybe, since he really can't control his anger because his powers are manifesting, maybe he is behind the killings of of the Injustice Society, essentially, because I feel like it's not just with the gambler that will die. I feel like maybe is this a killing spree of the whole Injustice Society. Who knows, honestly. I'm very curious to know if it is, you know, that this person that's killing everybody is killing all the Injustice Society members, or wants to. But okay, this episode is going to be interesting with Cameron. Facts. I'm super excited. Cameron and the whole Courtney, you know, getting in a relationship, or the start of their relationship this season is going to be very interesting. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole Courtney and Cameron thing. Initially, when the season first started, I thought there was going to be a Courtney and Rick thing. That's what I thought. Unfortunately, that's not how it's going. It's more the Cameron and Courtney thing. But I kind of like that because it's like she's gonna be dating a son of a villain. So which you know is gonna make it very interesting when Cameron finds out that Courtney and the rest of the JSA killed his father Jordan. So that's gonna be very interesting when that initially gets out. That's gonna spice up their relationship, that they're getting into a relationship, and then when he finds out that, oh my God, you and your JSA members killed my father, that's going to be very interesting, where I feel like he will become the new villain and start building up the new Injustice Society, which I'm super excited for, because the tension's already there from last week's episode with Cameron and Rick. Bro, I'm so excited. I don't know if anybody else was like, oh my God, we're just biting our tongues right now, pretty much getting ready for that fight, because that fight's going to be epic. I feel like that's what the writers are leading up to. We saw that in last season, if I'm correct, where it was the start of a new school, the start of summertime, and Cameron was making that mural of his father, and you know Rick came in his car, and right away there was tension there when Cameron's like, I don't need anything from you. When Cameron said to Rick, do you need anything? And he's like, and then Rick's like, from you, I'm good, or whatever. So I think that they're really trying to build up the rivalry, and I'm super excited for that, because I think it's gonna be awesome to see that go on. I hate how they are marketing Cameron obsessed with Courtney. Yeah, Cameron obsessed with Courtney. If that the way is going down. Yeah, I know. It is a little bit weird how they're marketing it, where it's like he is obsessed, especially with the snow globe of Courtney in it. I don't know if that's like something he wants to give Courtney, But even then, it's a little bit weird. I think he's really kind of like using Courtney as his one bright light. I feel like that's how it's going to be. Where Courtney is going to be like his one bright light to make him feel like she gives him a sense of control while his powers are manifesting. So maybe she'll be the one to teach him how to control his abilities. I'm not quite sure. But I'm super interested though. I hate how Rick called Cameron spoiled like he's not spoiled. He's going through something. I mean, in a way though, but like from let's be real. From Rick's perspective, Cameron is a rich kid, and yes, I mean also Rick doesn't feel anything for the fact of that Cameron's father was Jordan Kent, which AKA or McKenna or whatever that AKA Icicle. So I mean, he's kind of like, what do I need to feel bad for Cameron? I mean, his father is a murderer. He might not know that, but like. He shouldn't be treating people with disrespect on how they're trying to help him. Teachers are literally going out of their way trying to ask him like, how are you doing? Are you okay? And he's being a jerk. So in Rick's eyes, it's like he's just being a spoiled brat. You know what I mean? Just because you're rich and you're spoiled, and stuff isn't going your way doesn't mean you have to be rude to people that are trying to like lend out their hand and make sure that you're okay. So I don't know. I feel like Rick had a reason. I mean, but then again, I don't know. I do kind of feel where you're coming from, though. That, yes, Jordan's bad, but Cameron didn't see it like that because Cameron doesn't know that his father was Icicle. If they start dating, I wonder how the JSA members will react to it. Exactly. I feel like, of course, they're going to hate it. I mean, especially Rick and Yolanda, they're definitely going to be against it. Like, let's be real. I mean, Rick and Yolanda are going against the fact of having Cindy Berman be a part of the JSA and soon to be Artemis be a part of the JSA, which I'm still not quite sure when that's going to happen. I find it weird that it hasn't happened yet, but maybe it'll happen in tonight's episode or maybe the next one. It's got to happen soon because it's very weird that Cindy's a part of the JSA, but Artemis isn't, when I feel like Artemis has every right to be a part of the JSA if Cindy is. So that's going to be very interesting to see when that will happen, but also very interesting to see, like I said, how the team takes it, even though I feel like the team are going to react the same way as they reacted to Cindy, except I feel like Beth will be maybe open with it, open arms about it, but Rick is definitely going to be the one that I feel like is really going to hate it, especially how, after what happened, where he called Cameron a spoiled brat for, about how he was acting when the teacher asked, Cameron if he was okay or not. I mean, Cameron had no right to just have an outburst of like, I'm fine, leave me alone or whatever, or just leave me alone or something like that, or I forget what he said, but like he had no reason to act like that. You know what I mean? So Rick had every right to be like, "Don't come in here acting like a jerk." You know what I mean? And Rick's perspective, he thinks he's a spoiled brat. I mean, Cameron is a rich kid, regardless of his Jordan dying or not. Cameron, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be acting like this, and especially he might see in his eyes, Rick's eyes, he might see is that this is the first time I've seen Cameron, you know what I mean? He's rich and he's acting like a brat now or whatever. So that might be in Rick's eyes of like him seeing Cameron for the first time act like a rich spoiled brat. So I mean, in a way, I mean, Rick had the right to come in there and defend the teacher. You know what I mean? I wasn't hating on Rick for that. I kind of like the fact that Artemis is part of the JSA, but we don't see her that much in the show. Exactly. We don't see her as much in the show. She kind of she makes little, moments in the school. Like, she appears in moments in the cafeteria and in school. But I do find it weird that they're not really putting her in the JSA. You know what I mean? But they put Cindy in the JSA. It is very weird. It's kind of like they're saying leaving Artemis out of things, and they're bringing in Cindy. It's like they're putting Artemis aside, but they're focusing more on Cindy and everybody else. I do feel that. I find that a little bit weird. I love the fight between Starman and Artemis. Wait, what did I say? I love the fight between Starman and the parents. Exactly. Sportsmaster and Tigers. That fight was fire. 100%. The fights, see, this show is very, it's very, there's a word for it. This show is very, underrated. You know what I mean? Not many people know about Stargirl, and it's very upsetting because it's I'm a big fan of Marvel. But I gotta give DC on the CW credit where it's due, where Superman and Lois and Stargirl are peak TV shows. They're really, really good. Especially Stargirl I put over Superman and Lois. but when it comes to the fight choreography and the stories. And facts. I feel like more people need to know about this show. So yeah, we gotta spread the word about how good this show is because it's fire. I love the fight scenes in this show. Same. I wonder how they will. I wonder how they will find Cindy with a computer. Great question, because as I said in my spoiler review, I think the reason that Cindy's not showing the computer is because she has a sense of like, look, if I bring this computer forward, they'll think I did it. And if I bring this computer forward, they'll take it from me, and they won't try to help me with whatever I'm looking for. Because clearly there's something going wrong with Cindy, that she needs her father's, the Dragon King's files on the gambler's computer, because I feel like there might be something wrong with her when it comes to how Cindy was made, because she was taking that elixir to trying to fix her arm, and I think maybe maybe she could be dying, maybe she needs that stuff to survive. Who knows? So maybe she feels like she can't trust anybody and feels like she can't confide in the JSA because maybe they all think really she's a villain still, even though she's trying to help them. So I don't know. I feel like it should be very interesting to find out why she needs the computer. Once they find out that she has the computer, I think it's gonna be awesome when they find out that she has it and find out what's going wrong with Cindy. I hate the rumor going. I don't know why this is just disappearing. Chat view options. I heard a rumor they are going to be crossing over with Stargirl and the Titans. Yeah, I heard that too. Actually, there was a picture that released on Breck's Instagram that says that actually is. I think that's actually happening. Yes, I did too. I don't know how it's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I heard. I did too. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, exactly. I do think it is true because, like I said, Breck is friends with the kid that plays Beast Boy in Titans, which I know him from like the Super Ninja days on Nickelodeon. I on the top of my head I can't remember the kid's name. But he plays, of course, Gar on Titans. I hate Titans. I'm not excited for that crossover, and it's not just Titans. Apparently, the crossover is going to be with. It's apparently also going to be with. What is it? I can't even think of it on the top of my head. It's Titans and it's. Why can't I remember? You might know, guys, down in the comments below. It's not just Titans. It's something else as well a show that I never got into. But I'm only gonna watch it if that is true, which I think it is because she took a picture on her Instagram, Breck. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it only for Stargirl. I'm not watching it because of Titans. I'm not watching it because of the other show I can't even think of on the top of my head. But I am very excited to see if that is true. But I think it is because of that picture. I felt like kind of confirmed it. The rumors. So if it does happen, I'm excited just because Stargirl is getting a crossover, and I'm excited for the Stargirl aspects on how that will help with the show. Doom Patrol, yes. I never got into the show, nor did I care about the show. I always thought it looked weird, and I always thought like it kind of just. I mean, I feel like it's also I feel like it would have just disappointed me like Titans did, because Titans was a big disappointment. I just really couldn't. I mean, even the new season of Titans, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting into it in the beginning, and then it kind of went all over the place, and I kind of dropped off the show. I feel like that was the season where I felt like, oh my god, it's actually good. The season that we just had previously with Deathstroke, but it ended up just disappointing me. So I just really never Doom Patrol really never appealed to me. But I'm happy for the Stargirl cast that they get to do a crossover. It's great. I think it's going to be the highlight out of those other two shows. I feel like a lot more people are going to come in to watch this crossover because of Stargirl, not because of Titans, not because of Doom Patrol, but because of Stargirl. Oh, I definitely think so too. Cindy's very smart and she'll figure out the password. So I am interested to see how she will figure out the password to get into Gambler's computer, to get into her father's files. I'm just wondering what's the reason that she wants to get in there, except I feel like they kind of hinted towards that. Huh? Oh, yeah, by the way, my sister Annie's here. She's going to be coming in. But yeah, literally, I'm very interested to see what's going to be happening. Yeah, Cindy's smart. She is going to figure out what that password is. Definitely. I feel like when
I still think she killed the gambler because she has his computer.
But I think, like, as I was saying, I think when Cindy finds out, when she talks to the JSA about, like, about Gambler's daughter, maybe she'll put the Gambler's daughter's name into the computer, and maybe that's the password. So maybe she'll think, Becky. Yeah, Becky, I think that's her name, yeah. So I feel like that's probably the password, Gambler's daughter's name, Becky. So I feel like when Cindy finds that out, that's probably how she'll get in. I'm just wondering, why does she want to get in? I feel like her, moving around her arm and her trying different, potions. I feel like that's her saying that maybe there's something wrong. Maybe she needs that to survive, and that's why she's doing it. But she knows that she can't tell the JSA because they'll think she killed Gambler because the computer's gone. And remember, Courtney said to Pat, if we find the computer, we find the killer. So that's probably why she doesn't want to come forward, because she knows that people will think automatically, aka Rick and Yolanda, that she's the killer once they find that computer and she has it. But I mean, I feel bad for Cindy this season. She really is trying, and Rick and Yolanda aren't letting up on her. I do feel really bad.
They're not accepting of her because of how she's in the past. Because you guys know her name is Cindy, but her like villain/hero name is Shiv.
So it's gonna be very interesting.
And they said in last episode that she had stabbed wound. That he had stabbed wound.
Had a stab wound. It wasn't from a gun. The gun got shot, as we know, but it was a stab wound that killed him. And already right away, Rick and Yolanda.
Yeah, and Yolanda was like, oh, it's a stab wound, like from a ship.
Yeah. I think Cindy will try to get Beth to help. Yeah, I can't figure it out, but I think she won't need help. Yeah. I definitely think, that's why I've been saying in my spoiler review, I think Cindy will get probably Beth. If not get Beth, find out what Gambler's daughter's name, and then that will be probably the password to get into the computer. Cindy trying to get Yolanda and Rick. Cindy trying, and Yolanda and Rick are starting to get on my nerves. Facts. I agree with that. Cindy.
I like Rick, but like right now he's on my nerves too, and I don't really like Yolanda as much as I thought I was.
Because even like we gotta give like credit to Courtney. Courtney and Beth are really the only ones I feel like are actually acting like heroes and actually the villains wanting to be good. Again, Rick and Yolanda need to get in line.
Well, her and Arm is the only two villains that want to be good.
Rick was annoying to me in season 1. The whole attitude thing going on, like, dude, lighting up a lighter. Wait, what? Rick annoying to me in season 1. The whole attitude thing going on, like, dude, a lighter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like, but in a way, it makes sense for Rick because look where he's come from. He was abused by his uncle, you know what I mean? He never knew what happened to his parents. I mean,
but
the attitude thing lines up, but
the thing with his parents, I don't blame Grundy for killing him. I don't, because he's a baby.
Rick is starting to grow on me since season 1. Yeah, I agree. Like, Rick is starting to definitely grow on me too. Rick is my favorite when it comes to like everybody in their fighting capabilities. I love the brute strength stuff. So, and also Rick's Hour Man costume's fire. Like, I want to get a cosplay of that so bad. But I mean, what, Mason? But even then, it's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Rick, you either you like him or you don't. You know what I mean? It's like either he grows on you or he doesn't. I feel like also the reason why he's acting the way he's acting too is because he finally has a family now, so that's why he kind of still has his guard up of these villains, and he's not buying. Rick and Yolanda aren't buying these villains, going through what do you call?
Everybody's seen,
Yeah, I know, I have to keep clicking and it just won't stay. Everybody's
seen Yolanda and Cindy. Who do you think would win?
Oh.
Cindy.
Oh, Cindy. No, not Cindy. I think Yolanda.
I think Cindy.
Nah, Yolanda. That's what I meant to say. Yolanda for sure would kick Cindy's ass, no doubt. Good, Mason. Say hi.
Hi, Mason.
All right. Go back upstairs, okay? You can't be down here, okay?
What are you doing?
I'm on a live. Say hi.
I know who was
Drop Starman. Yeah, exactly. I don't. My only speculation is Cameron. That's the only viable thing because I think also, if I'm correct, Jordan was able to fly with his ice powers.
I don't think he was.
Are you sure? Because I could have sworn he was hovering when he threw the icicle at Starman and injured him in season 1. I don't know. Something's up here that I feel like it wouldn't put it past if Cameron could fly. Honestly, because I mean, you have wind capabilities and ice capabilities. You probably could fly, and maybe. But we'll figure it out sooner or later who's the one that's killing people. But also, like I said, like I feel like that's why Rick acts the way he acts still, is because he's so protective of his new family.
Of like cats.
And you can't blame him for that. You know what I mean? Rick, yeah, it's cool that Courtney had her arm, her heart open. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah,
10 minutes now.
10 minutes on to the new episode, which we're gonna be ending it here in a couple of minutes right now. But. Like I said, that's why I feel like Rick's still acting the way he acts, is and same with Yolanda, is that they don't want to put their guard down because they don't want Courtney and Beth and Pat and Mike and Barb and Jakeem, everybody to get hurt because Courtney's really has faith in these villains reforming. So I understand from Courtney's side, and how she's open arms about it. I understand from Rick and Yolanda's side, they still have their guard up. Like Sylvester said to Yolanda, you know what I mean? What was Wildcat's name? Ted Grant, right?
Yeah.
Ted Grant, like he said, Ted Grant, you know what I mean, would love you because you have your guard up and you're not afraid to see people how they are.
This episode, I think they're gonna find that Cindy has the laptop and then they will know that she killed the Gambler. That's what I think.
I think that Starman, from what I saw on the photo of tonight's episode, I think Starman's going to be bedridden, whether he be in a coma or whether he's in critical condition. I think maybe did see who dropped him, but he won't wake up probably in the next couple of episodes. He probably is in a coma. Yeah, he is, but apparently I don't think he's dead. I think he's just in a coma. But I bet you he's the one that saw who dropped him. And we won't find out probably until the next couple of episodes. And I bet you that's when they'll say, oh, it's Cameron or something. And then Courtney would be like, what? Like, I don't believe Cameron would do that and stuff like that. I feel like that will spark up him becoming the villain the next season. But yeah, guys, we're going to end this stream here. We have to. It's about to come on, literally, Stargirl in the next couple of minutes. So I'm going to end this off here. And my spoiler review will, of course, be up tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the episode 5 pre-show live stream for Stargirl.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye.